Good morning, it's August 15th, out here before the heat hits, and I decided to come back out here to Harbour Landing, which is a new development. I've only been here once, and it has a nice creek down through the middle of it that I thought I'd walk along again. Though first I have to get there. It's over here a ways. Right now it's pleasantly cool, but it's going up to the mid-30s again, which is, for you Fahrenheit types, mid-90s. Double bicycle, you don't see that very often. Make sure I'm not going to get run over here. The parkland is over that way, so that's where I'm headed. Just take a stroll through this business park. Oh, municipalities of Saskatchewan. I didn't know they were out here now. Where I parked over there is where the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists is, APEGS, which my wife is a past president of, and which I wrote the history book for a few years ago. I don't know what else is in these buildings. A lot of them are just available. They're fairly new. It all says for lease over there if you need some office space. And that one might have something in it. It's hard to be sure. It looks like one sign on the door over there. Oh, first wildlife sighting. Snowshoe hare. Hopefully my microphone keeps working today. Yesterday it quit about 7 minutes in, and somebody finally told me, and I realized it. And he's just sitting there waiting to see what happens. As long as I don't chase him, he'll probably stay calm. There's a park over there, which is where we're headed. I'll get on this path. I walked on a different path last time, so it all ends up in the same place. So we're right on the edge of town here again. Not much out that way. You don't have to go very far that way before you hit the prairie. Unstable internet. Well, I didn't expect that out here. Sure, we'll see lots of people with dogs. Last time I walked along the path on that side, so a little different here anyway. So still in the middle of When Words Collide, the online writers conference. I had 2 panels yesterday. I did one on writing under pseudonym, and I was on a panel alongside the guest of honor, Faye Hunter, on using cults and extreme beliefs in fiction. So that was fun. And I was supposed to have a live slush this morning, which is a panel where the people submit bits of manuscripts and editors react to them. I was going to be the reader for that, but apparently it fell through. Then at 11, so just a little under 2 hours, there's something called Writers at the Improv, which is just like the improv. You're given the audience writers sentences using the words, and the audience picks which sentence they think best, and in that way you build a story. And this place will be crawling Do I do it on the gravel side or do I go down the paved side? Stick to the pavement. Over the bridge, there was a lot of birds sitting here. That's red-winged blackbirds. Not today. Lots of houses backing onto this space. Big houses. Bigger than ours. One over there is quite huge. So this is a natural creek that they just built the walkway along here. So that's why it follows the path of the natural creek. The creek was here before the development was here. So it's not just a storm channel like some of the things that cross over on bridges. A big house. They really are quite large. Everybody enjoying a Sunday morning? I'm getting very close to being able to finalize my Kickstarted anthology. All the stories, I'm still working on mine, but all the other stories are in and edited. And mostly, I think, not quite everybody has gotten back to me approving the edits or making whatever changes they felt needed to be made. And I do know how long it's going to be. It's going to be at least 140,000 words. If I lay it out the same way as the last one, it's going to be about 500 pages, which is a full 150 pages more than last year's anthology, which is intriguing. Carry on the paved side. Nothing against gravel, but especially with these shoes, it tends to pick up the gravel and throw it against my legs, which is kind of annoying. Oh, there's a new one going up there. So this really is a nice feature of the neighborhood, this creek. Not a lot of trees, not big ones anyway. They'll grow.
Did you get caught? But one.
Nobody's checked in yet, so if you're there on YouTube or Facebook, say hi. We got lots of windows. Big modern one there. Hard time trying to figure out the interior layout of some of these places. Like that one. The windows stacked on top of each other don't seem to allow room for a whole floor, so what's behind them there in the middle? Stairs? Don't know. Probably never know. I seem unlikely to get invited in. Is that a house? Is that something else? Could be something else. Let's just take a walk up this way and around this bit of park. Because of course there's a big commercial area that I'm skimming over here in the residential space. I've been at an event that was held here. Something to do with engineering that my wife was involved with, or some program where they had something for young people about engineering. I don't remember exactly. I think that's what it was. So, for all your soccer playing, running around and throwing a football and frisbee needs, lots of green space. Morning.
Morning.
You see, we're coming up behind various big box stores along here mostly. See Gulf Town over there. Oh, Winners right there. Harbour Landing. Winners. Bunch of other stuff. No point going over there. It's mostly, well, a bell would have been nice. That's why they put bells on bicycles, so you don't run into pedestrians. Apparently these people never heard of that. Because all I have to do is turn around at the wrong moment when one of those people is behind me and they're down and I've punched them in the face without meaning to. Perhaps more enjoyable for me than them. I won't walk over there, that's just all commercial. So, back on the other side of this park, good side where they walk in the greenery. Little bench here, you can sit and look out. So you've got the great big houses, but then you also have smaller rental probably, or condo units. Over here, not much in the way of backyards, but I guess you have all this if you really need a backyard. And still nobody has said hi this morning. Is anybody out there? Everybody sleeping in on a Sunday morning or at church? Of course, a lot of my followers, subscribers are on the other side of the world, so yeah, last time I walked by that big one there, I remember commenting on it. But we'll stay down this side today. I can really smell, I don't know what the smell is. It's gorse maybe? Wait, it's the smell of the prairie to me. It's a smell I associate with being a kid and being out on somebody's farm out in the prairie. Smells are very evocative. Last time I walked down that way past that school over there. So this is all new from the last walk. That's a school. The gray and red building in the distance. So a different kind of dwellings down here than those massive houses back there. Condos probably. Apartment style ones over there. Big iron fence on this side. So I think this coming week I'll probably finish the Tangled Stars. Maybe by the end of the week I could even submit it. It's not impossible. Perhaps the little I should be able to if I really work at it. And it is, after all, my job, so that'll be great to get that in finally. Go on to write book 4 of the World Shapers, which is my next novel I'll be working on. Even though I will have to publish it myself. I want to continue that series. And the apartment style ones over here. There's a crosswalk here, but it doesn't look like I need to use it. And I'll stick to the pavement. Again, over there is commercial. Grasslands, that's called. Oh, there's someone. Hi, Valerie. That's kind of the way I do it. You can't see it, Valerie said you should do something like this to motivate her to walk. It's not so much, I mean, it's a bit of promotion for my work, obviously. But I'm going to do it because knowing that I'm going to be live streaming it, I've now done 160 or thereabouts consecutive days of walking, which I've never done before. Very easy to stop, and I am going to stop here for a few days because of other matters that will keep me from doing it, but I will have done probably 165 consecutive live streams by the time I take a break. Then when I come back, I anticipate, another string like that. So it is a great motivation. It's weird to think I've now done enough of these, recorded enough of this, that you could sit and watch my walks for, say, 4 consecutive work weeks, 4 consecutive 40-hour weeks. You could spend all day, every day, watching my walks, and that would just about take you through them all. That's just a little mind-boggling. How much talking I've done in all that time, too. Now, we'll carry on down this way. Still gravel on the other side. You can see we still got the big box stores over here. That's Marshall's there. She's carrying Tim Hortons. There must be a Tim Hortons somewhere nearby. There's the Trans-Canada down there, so might as well walk right to the end of this loop. Marshalls and other things over there. PetSmart. We bought scratching posts there for Shadowpaw. Guess what I'll do is just go around the loop and go back on the other side. Seems to be the way this is shaping up. How long have I been out? So it's only taken to walk from the north side of Harbour Landing down to the south side. It will take about less than 30 minutes. Had I guessed, I would have thought it would take longer than that. And if I walked straight, just along one of the streets, it would be faster. Also, I took kind of a 5-minute detour back there around one of the parks, so it's not as big as I would have guessed. On foot. You could totally live here and never drive anywhere. Except it's not particularly pedestrian friendly over there in the big box area. It's all parking lots and cars. Up here is the turnaround point. That girl on the right, I've been following since I started. And see if she comes back to this side, if she's doing a loop. Or maybe she lives down here. She's still going a bit further. I don't know what this path does when I get up here. Can't see yet. I could go over and walk down more in the commercial area just to make it more variety. I might do that instead of just walking back along the same thing on the other side. Let's see what's up here. How far can I go? I don't think the path goes much. Where does it? Looks like you can walk. Well, really like to go to the very end of the path there, so, but I'll walk back in a more straight, linear fashion, which should save me the time to keep it all to about an hour. Walk right down there, get a taste of prairie here as we get closer to the edge of town. Could just follow her, I'll bet you that loops. That's why she went that way. So we're right on the southern edge here, so uninterrupted prairie up there on the other side of the Trans-Canada, which is where those cars are zipping by. I've been to the edge of town in a couple of different directions now. I've been over there, and over there on the western edge up north as well. And now I've been to the southern edge a couple of times. I haven't really gone out to the western edge, or the eastern edge, I should say. Or all the way to the north. This must loop around and go back on the other side, so there will be a bit of a repeat here. Then once I get back to that road behind us, I'll go pick a straight path back to the car. And my battery's lasting on the microphone, so that's good. No, she clearly lives over there. So I followed her all the way from the north, but she's leaving me now. Go right to the edge and see where it takes me. It might take me to the right. I thought it would take me to the left. Oh no, there's a path over there still, so this must loop around. She went that way to that neighborhood. Yeah, the path loops. I thought it must. So, here we are at the extreme southern end of town. That's the Trans-Canada there, which would take you to Moose Jaw, and then on to Calgary, Banff, eventually Vancouver, eventually Victoria. Mile Zero is in a park in Victoria on Vancouver Island. So you do have to take a ferry to get to that last little bit, though. Up until then, you could drive the whole distance without. Birds sitting on the end of that fence over there. So there we go, once more. This is what this landscape really looks like. And all the trees you see were planted by somebody. It is a vast, treeless plain. Once underwater, but that was after it was under ice. You know, a kilometer or so of ice 20,000 years ago. And then, big inland sea lake, I guess. Which is one reason why our soil is so rich, of course. Okay, we've turned the corner, we're heading home. So how long to there? 30 minutes? I think that says. So halfway to an hour. a bit more than 30. I can't actually read it. Anyway, whatever it is, I'm headed back. But I won't follow the creek. I'll go over and take a straight road. So cut off a little time now. Once I get back from here, Monday is my creek walk. In a way, this has been a creek walk, so maybe I'll do something different tomorrow since I walked along a creek today. Temperature's not too bad yet, so this is definitely the time to do it. Duck down there in the reeds. A couple of them. Just looking at text messages going by. There's something we have planned later in the day. Next thing I have, though, is Writers at the Improv, When Words Collide. If you're interested in any of the programming, you can still, there's still stuff going on today. If you go to whenwordscollide.org, and it will point you to Eventbrite, where you can register, and that's where you get your Zoom links for the sessions you want to listen in on. And hopefully next year, it will be in person. As I say, walking on the gravel is always cool because you can tell how fast I'm walking. Okay, we'll go over there to the right and find a straight road, more or less, to walk home along. Not home, just back to the car. A little too far to walk home. That would take a couple hours. Probably no more than that. Probably less, actually. So goodbye to the prairie. Goodbye, prairie. See you again sometime. Still haven't had anybody from, there's another park over there, but don't need to go in there today. Haven't had anybody on YouTube, only on Facebook this morning. More green space. Microphone's still connected, that's good. Lots of housing out here in Harbour Landing. We're on James Hill Road, if anybody cares. Hotel here is pretty new. Home Inn Suites, never been in there. Another hotel over there. Days Inn, I think, if I remember right. We'll carry on up James Hill Road here. Oh, yeah, I've thought about switching to this veterinarian because it's so modern and new. But I haven't. This is just a stop sign at the moment. It's like they're putting in a light here, but it isn't active yet. So this will give a taste of some of the more commercial side of Harbour Landing here. It won't be right in the heart of it, but kind of going down the side of it here. Rude Awakening, there's a coffee shop. I can go over and get coffee, but it's hard to drink coffee and carry this thing and talk at the same time. That's at the backside of Lowe's there, I think. Yeah. Lowe's. Loading docks. And over here are various things. It's a car wash I've used. Western Wear and Tack for all your saddle needs. Over there is Cabela's. Sort of an outdoorsy store. Bed Bath & Beyond over there. Little Park wine store over here. Well, liquor store, but we always think of it as a wine store. Marshall's, we were on the other side of it before. There's Lowe's. This is the garden center down on this end. Co-op gas station. I've taken a car through their car wash. Don't buy gas there very often. Not exactly in our neighborhood, is it? Kind of surprised there's this much traffic. Oh, I guess, well, maybe things are opening up soon anyway. Mr. Mike's Steakhouse. There's a place down there called Lancaster's that we like. Kind of a pub, restaurant. Now, if I go straight ahead, I'm going to run into Walmart. So I will have to zig to the left here somewhere. Don't really want to run into Walmart. It's a busy intersection that I'd just as soon not cross. Unless I happen to hit the lights just right. Which I kind of did, but didn't really. Let's see if I can get the walk light here yet. And there's just a whole bunch of stuff. There's a Five Guys, London Drugs is over here somewhere, Walmart ahead of us, Urban Barn, Olive Garden over there. I guess I'll walk as far as I can until I have to jog, which will be up here, I think. I smell food, which is kind of nice. Another pet store, PETA, Royal Bank up here, Urban Barn, Subway. Not a lot of local businesses, mostly big chains. It's a Dairy Queen up here too, which I've been in. It's a bush that needs trimming. Golf Town, you may recall us walking by the other side of. Four-way stop. Should be safe enough to cross. Now we'll go to the left, because I have to eventually. I might as well be here. Designer shoe warehouse over there. The last pair of shoes that I was wearing for most of these walks until just recently I got there. A pair of Reeboks that were very comfortable. I wore them down until there was a hole in the toe. But since I've walked, well, say I average 5 kilometers, although it's probably more like 6, but even if it was 5 kilometers, I would have walked 750 kilometers in these walks. And it will be more than that because many of them are longer than 5 kilometers and very few are less. So call it 800 kilometers. Seems like a nice number. Somebody's playing their music way too loud. Oh, it's actually coming from these speakers. Why would you inflict that on people on a quiet Sunday morning? I mean, I have nothing against the Beatles, but still. Canadian Brew House over here. There's a spa, Lindt chocolate on that corner. I've been in this coffee shop, Good Earth, here on the corner. Canadian Brew House. And still nobody has said hi on YouTube. So if you're there, let me know that you're there. Excuse me. Winners, which we walked close to on the other side. Told you we'd end up in a parking lot if we came over here. There's London Drugs and Walmart's down. Well, I guess I was London Drugs. I was seeing Walmart's further down. Around the corner here, and then we can carry on a bit more directly toward the car. And this is, I think, the little piece of park I detoured around over there. We're gonna have to walk on the grass here. There's no connection to the sidewalk. trying to discourage you from coming this way. But I'm coming this way anyway. Try to twist an ankle on the rocks here. Harbour Landing Drive. Now we'll be back in residential, the last part of this walk. We'll just carry on up Harbour Landing Drive here. Take us pretty close to the car. No home delivery. They have these super boxes for the mail. You have to walk to the box and get your mail. We still have home delivery. I think it's kind of grandfathered in our neighborhood. But if you live out here, you get your mail in here. Morning. Just residential crescents here. The trees have come a long way since they first planted them. Still got a long way to go to match what we have in the older neighborhoods. Poplars there go up really fast. They're very popular. Poplars are popular. If there's even a tree house, well, not exactly a tree house, a playhouse back there. It's a faster return trip, walking more or less straighter than I did going the other way. Bit of park I did not walk along over there. I doubt I have time to make this across. It's been green for a while. This is Jim Cairns Boulevard, should you need to know. Nice park over there. Nice looking playground. First time I've really been caught by a light for very long. That guy's going to get a left turn signal probably before I get a crosswalk sign. I thought this would be shorter, but I guess Jim Cairns Boulevard is more priority than Harbour Landing Drive. There goes yellow, and there'll be a left turn signal, I think. Maybe not. Nope, guess not. There are some rental properties out here. Here's a sign that says rentals. Jim Cairns Park to go along with Jim Cairns Boulevard. Well, I would have loved that playground when I was a kid. A lot better than what we had back in 1967 or thereabouts when I was at my playgrounding peak. Certainly better than the playground we had out at the old Air Force Base that had been turned into Western Christian College. Let's see, we had a slide. I guess we had swings. We had a sandbox slash kitty litter. And there was this old concrete culvert that you could crawl through. I think that pretty much covers it. On the other hand, we had the whole prairie to play in. Ride our bikes around for kilometers and kilometers. If we wanted. Don't get run over by trains. So we were walking along the railroad tracks. Not much further here. So I think timing-wise, it'll work out just about perfect. Playhouse. Don't want to, assume anything. I would say that's a girl's. Just a guess. Pretty cool. Two more books here. Super boxes. Alright, I've got uncertain internet connection again. Very strong smell of chemical cleaning a driveway or something over there. So over there is the park that I walked through going down to the south. Take note of where these roads go in case I wanted to walk this way sometime. Oh, I could have. I could even have done it today. If I had a little more time. It would just take me around to the Tim Hortons, I think. There's clearly Tim Hortons down here too, and was clearly one further up. Yeah, see, this whole area here is a natural area. That's why it's kind of an undisturbed creek. That's the creek, which was there before they built all this stuff. Just go by these apartment buildings, and then my car's in a parking lot by the APEGS building just beyond that. You can rent these. Shade on this side of them. That's sun. It's cooler in the shade. Morning. Morning. I'm afraid I'm almost done the live walk. It'll be, it'll see. And eventually I'll put up the recording. I always take the live walk, the recording of the live stream off when I put up the actual recording because I can only live stream at 720 because I'm live streaming on both YouTube and Facebook. I think that's the reason. But I'm recording at 1080. For a permanent record of my walk. There's the APEGS. Well, it's not their building, but they're the Association of Professional Engineering and Geoscience of Saskatchewan. With my wife is past president. My car's white, it's right over there. So through the parking lot. Here.